If you're a streamer, podcaster, or even a musician that needs an audio interface that's just fast and easy and portable, check this out. Welcome to WeShootFilms, where I teach content creators and entrepreneurs how to build their brand or business through video and audio. So if that's you, make sure to subscribe today. First, let me say thank you to Nearstream for sending me the Amix40u, their audio mixer and audio interface. And I'm going to tell you, it does a lot. It's portable, it's small, and you just might love this thing. So first, let's talk about what you get in the box. You get the TRS to TRRS cable for mobile connection. You'll need your own adapter though, depending on your phone. You get the standard aux cable. You also get the USB-C to USB-A cable with removable top, so you can go USB-C to C. You get a 3.5 millimeter to 635 millimeter adapter and a quick start guide and manual. It's plug and play, but make sure you go and download the Nearstream NearSync software so that you can get all the updates and get it set up like you need to. And it's Windows and Mac compatible. That's always good. Let's talk real quick what's on the actual interface, okay? Then we'll actually run through it. So what you have in the front here is dual headphone outputs with independent volume control, dual XLR 6.35 millimeter combo inputs. You got your 48 volt phantom power, independent per channel, instrument buttons for guitar, keyboard, etc. You know what I mean. Now, on the other side, you'll have dual 6.35 millimeter line output left and right. You have the aux out for speaker or phone. Your USB connection, you got your 5 volt power input, reset switch, and Kensington lock. They definitely built this for streamers and podcasts, and also musicians who need just a simple setup for some simple things. If you're trying to go crazy though, as a musician, this won't be probably for you, but as a streamer and podcaster, definitely something you could consider. Now, this also has 3 levels of denoising, which we'll get into a little bit later, but it does have it. You have reverb, you have ducking. If you don't know what ducking is basically when somebody talks, the music automatically lowers itself. You got 3 types of EQs, original, deep, and bright. You've also got the loopback function. You have the Bluetooth function where you can connect your phone. And basically, I think the best use case scenario for these are people who are game streamers, podcasters, musicians, content creators. But again, for the musician, if you're trying to do high-end music production with this unit, this is probably not it for you. But if you need something simple and easy, portable to travel with, just to hook up real quick and do a little something, definitely something to consider. I think this is primarily built for streamers and podcasters that need a quick portable setup or a minimal setup. This is perfect for those type of people. I want to show you what this is about and what it does. Let's run through some of the functions and then that'll be what it is, all right? In the front, you got instrument 1, instrument 2, all right? You got your background music, your out, your loopback, your Bluetooth, your effects, and your home button. This just brings you right back home. Now, if you press the instrument, all right, let me turn this off. Right now, this is no denoising, okay? Let's get into the denoise function, all right? Actually, let's get into that. All right, so this is no denoising. This is off. And I actually want to play... Let me play some background music on my phone, We'll just test it out with that. All right, this is off. Now, this is 1 for denoising. This is 2. And this is the most aggressive. This is, again, the most aggressive of all the denoising 3. I would say probably if you're going to use this, go no more than 1. And if you have to, do 2. But I would say 1 is where you're going to get your best quality in if you're going to use this. But again, I'd rather do it in post. Let me turn this off. Let me turn off the function. So that's off now. All right. So now if you want reverb, let me get this out the way. If you want reverb, that's all you gotta do. Is now you got reverb. don't like it. Don't like it at all. Let me turn this off. All right. Let me click again. You have your gain. Now, let's talk about the gain in this thing. Because when you do the gain on this, you got to be careful. If you pump up the gain too much, you are going to distort your vocals. All right. I find it to be halfway there. It's the best place for it to be. And again, y'all, I don't know why people, why the companies make these products, for audio, and doesn't have any set settings here. There's no numbers. There's nowhere knowing where exactly to place it. There's no audio level on here either, which I don't like. So I would say if you have an OBS or some type of external audio thing that can monitor, you can actually get your monitoring levels from your OBS. That's how I do it. And if you bring it all the way up, let me bring it up. See, if you bring it up, it starts to distort. I don't think that sounds good. It sounds good about here, all right? So that's about the sweet spot. So you don't want to have your gain too high or it will distort. But other than that, if you leave it here, you're fine, okay? But again, Nearstream, y'all should fix that. We need audio levels. We need, settings. So we know, okay, we're going to set it to this all the time. But that is what it is. Then if you click it again, we can go through the EQ. And again, this is original, 1 2 1 2. This is deep, 1 2 1 2, and this is bright, 1 2 1 2. I like it at deep. I'm gonna keep it at deep for the rest of this thing here. If you're using this as an instrument, you would in the front here, you click on instrument, and then it would light up instrument. If you need 48 volts, again, you have the 48 volt button in the front for microphones that require 48 volts. Okay. And then we got the background, okay? Now the background lets you control that. Oh, let me turn to my bad. The background lets you control the background, okay? So if you got some background music, you can control all of this USB, your background. You have the rock. You got your different, just the different EQs of what you can make your background sound like. I don't really deal with that too much because I don't really play music too much in my background. You have your Bluetooth, so if you set up your Bluetooth, you connect it to it, you can control the volume control of your Bluetooth, and you have your aux, where you can control the volume of your aux. So, basic stuff, all right? Then you have your out, okay, and this out controls your master out that's being recorded, your monitoring, all of that, your headphones, see, headphone 2, there you go. Basic stuff. You have your loopback button here, all right? As you see, it says Loopback. Me, I don't deal with Loopback much, to be honest with you. Don't really understand it much, but it's there for those who do. And then you have your Bluetooth function. So if you're already connected, if you click on that, I think like 2 seconds to get it connected. And then once you connect it, you can turn it on or off right there. And then you have your effects. Now, the effects is going to work when you have it on USB there. And if you have music playing, you can put the ducker on there so it lowers the music automatically while you're talking. I would say don't use the ducker. I would say don't use it, okay? If you're going to do it in post. It's just going to be more reliable. Yeah, just don't do it. It's there, but don't do it. Just because something is there don't mean you have to use it. All right, and that's about it. And then you hit click on home, and you're home. And that's it. It's simple. It's easy. The connections in the back, as you see, simple, easy. One thing I have to say, you got to remember what messed me up for a little bit with this. In the front here, it says hardware and software. All right. When you're actually recording like this and doing something, you need to have it in hardware, or you're not going to hear anything. When you're playing it back on your computer or whatever you're playing it back, you then got to throw it into software. So turn this and go into software, and then you'll hear the playback. So this is cool. It's simple, it's easy, it's lightweight, it's very portable. It is made out of, plastic, but that's what makes it a little cheap as far as cost wise. But it's built very well still. It looks nice. And I love the fact they give you 2 independent monitoring headphones. And also, it's not just XLR, but also You can add, keyboards, guitars in here and everything. It sounds good. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. Is there a con about it? I would say the con is this, but this is me personally. It might not bother you. I don't like front, stuff in the front, like connections in the front, because it just makes things messy. I like all my connections to be in the back, but I do understand that this is small. They only got so much space. I would rather have the connections on the side, if you ask me, for my inputs as far as, XLR. But I get it. This is meant for a specific whatever, but when you put it on the desk, sometimes it bothers me. But then again, it depends on your setup, But that's neither here nor there. That's a small little gripe. My main con for this is I think it needs a little more headphone amp power, to pump up the headphones. I hear myself fine, but I think it would be nice to have a little more power in the headphones. I would love some type of, readout in the dials here so we know where we're going. I would love, like I said, some audio readout, like a level, a meter, so I could see my levels of audio. I would love that. That would be great. Other than that, I think it's fine. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. And what I do like about this is if you need to travel, if you need to be portable, if you need to take this with you somewhere, you could take this, a laptop, and 2 webcams and do a whole podcast. You know what I mean? Or 3 webcams, whatever it is you're going to do. But it's very portable. It's small. It's easy to power. Doesn't take up much space or energy. And, it does what exactly it needs to do, okay? I can't complain about it. And for the price point, you can't even front on that either. So, it is what it is. Sounds good. The preamps are clean. I got no problem with it. So that's about it, y'all. If you're interested in this, I have a link in the description below. If you use that link, it helps the channel out, and with no extra charge to you, just helps me out a little bit and shows the company that, it's worthwhile sending me this product for me to review. So I would appreciate that. Other than that, hey, that's it, y'all. Thank you again, Nearstream, for sending this out to me. I appreciate the love and support. Other than that, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell on the side so you get notified on time. And like I always say, it is what it is. I'm out, y'all.